You didn't misread, and I didn't mistype. I don't hate the government. I don't hate them because what government does is only government's nature. It's the government's nature to grow, it's the government's nature to expand, it's the government's nature to control. It's the government's nature to govern, basically. I don't hate the government for that. I can't hate the government for governing and doing what the government does any more than I can hate a mosquito for landing on my arm and biting me, or a wasp attacking me for going into its territory. It doesn't work. Now, what I hate are the people who support the government. Those are the people who should be held accountable. And I know what you're thinking. I didn't do anything. Yeah, you did. You stood by. You stood by while the government did what it did. I'm 21 years old. I've barely had my impact on it. So, hey, I'm going to be doing everything I can, short of physical anything, to see that the government is contained, at least to me as a person, as an individual. Now, what I actually hate, are those people. And this is where the line between opinion and action gets a little blurred for some reason. I don't care about opinion. I don't care if your opinion is that all whites should be eradicated. You know what? You want to go into a pub and talk about that, or not a pub, but a bar or a restaurant or some minority supremacy group, fine. Have fun with it. But the minute you try to put someone in office who promises to get rid of the white people, that is when you and I have a problem. Because it's not just your opinion anymore, it's your action to put somebody whose beliefs you hold, such a belief, into office with your vote. So no, it's not opinion by that point, it is action. You are putting somebody into office who sees white people as a scourge. And I could go, you know, a white person sees black person as a scourge, and on and on and on. It's your vote. It's you who puts that person into office. Me, I want to put a guy into office who will back off, who will say, hey, we're having a little too much control here. Mind if we take a break, let everyone do what they want? Hello? But no, that's the real problem with this country. I know I've stated this multiple times. It's not the government, not the Demopublicans, Republicrats, socialists, communists, libertarians, statists. It's not them, or it's not those parties. It's not those branches, as I've heard some people call them, of government. It's the people. We, the people, are to blame. And for some reason, they don't want that responsibility anymore. I mean, you'll hear it on and on and on and on about how Congress sent them to the moon, take away their pay, throw them in the bottom of the ocean. Well, guess what? Those are your representatives. So maybe you should hold your representatives accountable. Oh my God, the concept. But no, you don't do that. Why? Why don't you do that? I have my senators. I'm trying to get in contact with Udall. I'm trying to get in contact with my congressman. Where is this? I mean, people only call them if it's something they really think they need to have a voice about. And if they lose, oh, well, I guess we lost. It's kind of like how the Republicans think we Ron Paul supporters should just vote for Romney. Oh, well, you beat us, even though you had to cheat to do it. I guess we have no dignity or pride and just going to support your fucking candidate. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Back to the original topic. But one of those reasons I do like Ron Paul. I really, really do like Ron Paul. However, the reason I support him, it's not to help him become president to try to fix this country. Because there's no fixing it. You can't fix what isn't broke. Yeah, that's right, my friends. This is how the system is supposed to operate. By creating more debt, to create more debt, to sustain the debt, to create more debt. Because that's all we have. All we have is a debt-based system. That's all we'll ever have. And we have to pay back the debt with more debt. And the reason I support Ron Paul isn't so he can try and fix the country. It's because he's implementing the libertarian mindset into individuals. The Federal Reserve is the key. It is the ultimate fuck-up that our country has ever gone through. It is the ultimate fuck-up. Sit there and say what you will all your day. You're being crazy. You're being ridiculous. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But, you know, if you want to sit there, yeah, have fun with that. But the reason I support Ron Paul is because he's trying to get the libertarian mindset out there. The real problem, and this is maybe the solution, I look forward to economic collapse. I'm not going to fight it anymore, and neither should you, because you can't stop it. What you need to do is prepare. The real problem is the people. Now, if economic collapse occurs, what is one of the few things that will happen? One of the worst case scenarios, the stores run out of food. The free what's left of the free market will not work anymore. So, those people who rely so heavily on the state, who want the state to control people like me, people like you, so passionately, once they don't have the support of the state, and they have to rely on themselves as individuals, I don't see too many of them surviving. And those who do survive will become individualists because, well, they have to survive. Or they can go into little communities and eat themselves up. I can use Occupy Wall Street as a perfect example. They ate themselves from the inside out. And that's exactly how it's going to work. For those statist communes, they're going to eat themselves alive. While we, the individualists of the world, will survive and thrive on our own prosperity. Whether it be hunting, gardening, water, we will survive. And once the dust settles and all those statists are gone, not because we did anything, not because we did anything to them, but because we let them make the mistake. We backed off and we said, make your mistake. We're prepared. And don't come crying to us when you aren't. We'll be fine. But you, not so much. But let them make that mistake. Once they've either become individualist or died off, we, the libertarians, the liberty lovers, the free minds, will take control of the country again. Albeit there'll be less of us, but we can restore freedom and prosperity and liberty to this land, like our founders intended. Let the economic collapse come. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to stop it. Embrace it. Embrace it. That's all you can do. This is the ultimate step to liberty, my friends. And I know what you're thinking. You're crazy. You want economic collapse to come? There's one of two ways this will go. One, the government tries to nationalize everything to keep the people quelled, to keep them alive. Whether martial law, and I'm pretty sure you can figure out the different branches of martial law, states splitting off, civil war, what have you. Or the country completely falls apart, the individuals of the world see that, we back off, we let the government try to take control, but fail miserably because too many, of the police realize, hey, I'm here, where's my family? And the government's reinsurance on where your family's safe isn't going to reassure them enough. And while we're over here, living in the woods or living in farmlands, doing our thing, and the country's over here collapsing around itself, these people over here will not live long, because they don't know how to live long without the support of the state, without the support of the community that isn't there anymore, without the constant inputs from the economy. Without it, they're gone. And once they are gone, we move back in. We move back in, we make everything right, we make everything free. We don't try to push our views on people. We just say, don't push your views on anyone else. The ultimate step to making this country better is to let it crumble. Let it crumble. Smile while it crumbles. Don't try to save it. Why do you want to save a broken system? A broken system that's working perfectly fine. There's no stopping it. Why do you try? Let it fall. Let it crumble. Embrace it. I mean, I know there are plenty of you out there who understand that it's going to fall anyway. Let it. Smile. Just prepare. Because once it does crumble, once it does fall, once it does collapse, once the economy no longer functions the way it's supposed to, there will be chaos in here. There will be chaos. All metropolitan areas, they're pretty much gone. And the people will become desperate and crazy. Now, I advise arming yourselves, because once they figure out they ain't getting nothing from the store, they're gonna come looking for food. But let it come, because while we will be able to eat and survive and live relatively kinda comfortably, they won't. And once they're done, we take everything back. We take freedom back. They won't vote for corrupt politicians. Hell, we might... Well, I'm pretty sure we will return to the... I'm hoping we'll return to the constitutional republic. But make some amendments to the Constitution. I can't go into too much of what should happen, what's going to happen. But once it comes cascading down, once everything comes cascading down on the statists, they won't know what to do. Except the government tries to control them, which, with 144 million hollow point rounds, which are illegal to use in combat because they're not humanitarian enough, I can't say I don't think they will. But once the smoke clears, the liberty lovers and the individualists, we will survive because we saw it coming. And we will swarm in and make this country great again. Don't fight it. Embrace it. And I know some people are going to call it the New World Order and whatnot. It will be a New World Order. A New World Order of freedom and prosperity and liberty, where the government has had its time. Hopefully. At any rate, I'm Daxon. Everybody, have a good day.